your active listening skills than doing an evaluation, because you have to pay attention. Take the notes that you need to take to ensure that you're hitting on both the project objectives as well as their objectives. And always put yourself in the position of the speaker. Again, that comes back to, what would I want someone to be sharing with me in front of a group of, sometimes part of the room are strangers. What are you sharing? So keep yourself, have that empathetic approach. And I mentioned taking notes. So part of whether you're listening for phrases, catchy phrases, or some of the positive ways that they're able to either evoke emotion from a group. Sometimes the power of their words can create laughter. Sometimes it creates tears. Take those notes that help you remember what you want to say when it comes down to that time that you're giving back the evaluation. You know, genuine interest. It's amazing to watch, especially someone doing their icebreaker. And Rajneesh, I never knew how many different ways there were to spell the name Rajneesh, okay? Not only say, but spell. And so listening to you, and I've had the benefit of working with you over the time, you know, to smile, to genuinely be interested in what someone has to say, and when they get that smile back, it just helps build that confidence. And I think a few of you have heard me say, walk around campus one day and just smile at complete strangers and see what it does. It's really a cool thing, because you get it back. Same thing for when you're evaluating a speech. So here I have some tips. Choose your words carefully. Remember, this is about what you're giving to them, not about, even though you're presenting a speech and you're building your speech habits, but remember, this is about the person you're evaluating. And actually, with that said, it's not about the person, it's about the speech, it's about what they presented. And always be promoting that self-esteem. Phrases you will want to avoid. You didn't, you shouldn't, you should have, you failed to. Remember what we talked about last time? Okay, those are the things you want to say. You want to do, and you also want to present it that it's your opinion. It's not that you've gone back to a script or a book that said how to do this speech right, but you want to say, in my opinion, or based on my experience, something that personalizes that it's coming from you. And honest evaluations are upbeat. Okay, it's intended to motivate and get people wanting to come back up, to take risks, to be able to push the limits of what they're able to present. And with that, a few other tips I'd like to offer, and I don't have a slide to this effect. Remember, it's not about you. It's about the speaker. Do you want to be a reporter or a poet? How you feel is less important than what the speaker did to make you feel that way. Okay? So it's about what they gave me to feel this way, not about how I'm feeling. Refer, not repeat. So if correct, audience checks out. If incorrect, focus moves to your errors. John, you're good at always pointing this out in an evaluation. Don't get up here and say, sorry, I just came in from a meeting and I'm all frazzled, everybody's jumping all over me, and yes, now I'm going to give a speech. Yes, now I'm going to evaluate you. I have just pointed out all these errors and why I may not be present, why I may not be active listening, why I may be a little more critical than I should be of your, don't point out those things, because then everyone's going to be looking for that in you. So just keep moving ahead. Lead by example. Give an evaluation. Want to be the best evaluator. In fact, are there still speech contests for evaluations?
Yes.
You can compete. You could go to Paris one day, right? So there's opportunities to continue to hone that skill, so look for those opportunities in either speaking to someone that gives a great evaluation. John, I'll pick on you again. You give some of the greatest icebreaker evaluations of all the Toastmasters I've seen over the years. You provide enough feedback that helps build that confidence, but also enough feedback to know what do I need to go back and work on. And give personal examples where they're credible. And lastly, I can't emphasize enough, be empathetic. We've all started out somewhere. That first step is always the hardest. And once you get through that, you just continue to evolve as a speaker, as an evaluator, as a contest participant. Where's Heather? Where'd she go? There she is. Very good. All right, that concludes my rehearsed presentation. Do I have any questions relative to evaluating? Comments?
Would you be able to share the slide with everyone?
Yes, I can share these slides, absolutely. I'll just send it to Brandy and you share it with the group?
I can send
Cool.
it to Toastmasters. I have a
Yes,
question.
I have a question. Any tips on evaluating a seasoned speaker by a non-seasoned speaker? You know, for example, me evaluating John, right? So, what are the things I should consider in mind? Any tips about that?
So my first tip is don't let that deter you, okay? Someone I know in the room, I won't say names, had said, you know, I was so nervous when I saw your name on the agenda and I didn't want to evaluate you. And I'm like, don't let that get in your way, okay? Because you could well bring a perspective that those of us who have been speaking for a while have forgotten, overlooked, don't think it's important. But at the end of the day, how does what I have to say land on you, the audience? And you're going to listen from a different point of view. You're going to offer something. You're going to be newer in your journey and more attuned, perhaps, to details that we're overlooking. So I say, don't let that get in the way. It's just a title. Forget the title. If we got to take off the badge and forget about all of that, that's cool. So that's my biggest tip I can give you is just don't let the titles get in the way.
Thank you.
Maybe time for one more question, because I think we need to allot 20 minutes to 25 for the second part.
Oh, okay. Very good. One more question. Yes.
I mean, you give great speeches, but when you're evaluating a speech, a great speech, how do you challenge the person, or do you have any other books or any recommendations or videos or any tips on what we can help our team kind of push them more towards being better, not perfect, but being better?
First and foremost, practice, practice, practice. I think to get to distinguished Toastmaster, it was 60, 70 speeches that we've done.
Oh.
So I mean, it's so it's a lot of practice. Whether you're evaluating, whether you're taking table topics, doing a speech, any role that you're taking, just continue to practice. I mean, Tiger Woods doesn't get up there week after week and do what he does, right?
Yeah.
So that's the best advice I can give.
Okay.
But thank you.